Hey y'all, this is Urs coming at you with a preview, and you might be wondering, is this Civ? Is this D&D in my Civ? It's more likely than you think, and indeed our next upcoming series, which should be coming up very hot on the heels of our Battle for the Nile, is indeed going to be based on a mod for Civ 5 called, simply enough, Faerun, based on the Forgotten Realms setting of D&D fame. Very, very excited to bring you something like this. This is more of a total conversion mod. Doesn't play well with others. Basically, I had to uninstall everything, including EUI, to make this thing function. So, for those who are complaining that EUI is missing, it'll be back. It just can't play nice with Faerun, so there we go. But the idea is, this is a total conversion. It changes the game systems, it changes a lot of stuff. We'll be learning the mechanics together a little bit. So, I wanted to, however, bring a preview here, because there's a lot of races and civs to play. And I want to give you a bit of a, kind of a heads up as to what we're going to see. And you'll understand a little bit of the mechanics in the game. There's stuff like heroes, there's health, there's plagues, there's magic. It's all over the place. It's pretty crazy. I spent a couple hours with it just to kind of understand the systems at a basic level, so I'm not completely just clicking everywhere. What does this do? But, you know, for now we're going to go over the civs, and I will, for this first time, I'll pick a civ that I think may be fun. But for next time, if this proves somewhat popular, you never know what you're going to get. So, let's go through the civs, shall we? And there's a crap ton of them, so grab a popcorn, grab a beverage, and let's go through this. So, Allosair of Cormyr. The production cost of level 1 buildings. This is also a thing. The tech tree is really weird. It's difficult to explain, but it's based on your capital population. Yeah, that. Production cost of level 1 buildings is reduced by 15%. Maintenance for blunt, slashing, and mounted units. If there's piercing damage, damn it. Reduced by 50%, so cheaper buildings and cheaper military. Sounds pretty good. Default race is human. Yes, your units have a race now with benefits and disadvantages, and he's only allowed to be good. Ah well. So Dove Falconhand is a unique hero for us, and again, this is kind of difficult to explain because there's no EUI telling us what it does. Purple Dragon Barracks, unique barracks replacement, and we have the symbol. So I guess there's going to be mostly unique abilities, I suppose. So Irar Thagger, the Lantanese, of course, the little gnomes. The portals is the unique ability. Units may travel instantly between Lantanese cities. That's pretty freaking cool. Earn gold each time relations with a free city increases. Free cities being the equivalent of city-states in this setting. Restricted to the Illusion School of Magic. Kind of a downer, because magic is kind of a big part of the setting. But, you know, this whole teleporting between cities is pretty badass. Default race is gnome, and you can be any alignment you want. And alignment is kind of based on faith in this kind of situation. It's crazy, I'll tell you, this is going to be very, very different. We have a unique artificer unit and a Temple of Gond, which is, I think, the god of artifice and invention or something. Alright. Bruinor Battlehammer, doing the dwarfs as only the dwarves can do. Masters of the Forge. Unit gold purchase cost reduced by 25%. Not too shabby. Again, cheaper rush buying is good. Mines produce 2 additional gold, which is nice. His mines yield not quite as much as they used to, I think, and having the 2 additional gold yield is going to be huge. I found when I played a little bit, gold was a little hard to come by early. Maybe I expanded differently, maybe I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but this is going to help a lot, I think. Default race obviously is a dwarf. Allowed alignments, good and neutral. And these are all give you different policies. Yeah, faith is kind of a mix of policies and kind of other general... Yeah, I think policy is probably the best way to say it, actually. You know, faith, the alignments are more like, they're paid for with faith, and they're like policies, whereas culture is called weave, and it gives you magic, basically, of various schools, which the dwarves will frown upon, I'm sure. And then science is nowhere to be seen because it's based on population. It's crazy, it's fun. Bruinor Battlehammer, so apparently your leader goes into as a hero unit, which is pretty cool, which is why it's green. And Moradin's Forge, of course, I'm assuming this is either a forge or some kind of production replacement. Very nice, so he'll be fun to play if you're into dwarves and stuff like that. We have the Durpar traders. Derper. The derp traders. They derp. Sometimes they herp. Okay, 2 gold and 1 weave. This is the culture replacement for each trade route with a different kingdom or free city. So this is kind of like Morocco in Brave New World, except not Morocco. This is fantasy Morocco. It's even got a quasi-turban and a long super beard. I don't know. Humans, any alignment, which is pretty cool, gives your options open. They have a tower district, I'm not sure what that replaces, and a junk, which is obviously a ship type unit, which is special. Elis Wienar from Chondath. Cities founded on coasts claim nearby resources, which is cool because if you're not generating a lot of weave, culture expansion is a little difficult. So that actually is probably really nice if you're settling coastally. Naval units get +2 movement. That's probably about as strong as it is in Civ, which is pretty damn strong. Humans, neutral evil. You can be friendly and nice and good, but that's okay. You get a unique hero called Vamber and Matrell. My guess is that looks kind of like a warrior or ranger type. And you get a special harbor, which is cool. Halistra the Dark Elves, because everyone loves the Underdark. While at war, happiness is converted to production in the capital. Aw, son of a bitch, that's actually pretty cool. While at peace, happiness is converted to divine favor. I was wondering how this worked. When the game I played for a little bit, she got bananas divine favor, and I was wondering how the hell that worked. And apparently happiness, that is basically why. So she can get out of control pretty quickly. She was like insane in the game I played. So you got a unique hero unit called Jarlaxle, I think it's a warrior. And you get a unique Temple of Lolth, which is the religious faith, divine favor. So it's not called faith anymore, it's called divine favor. And then you get Khasifir Khazmkri. It was like a glottal stop? I'm not sure. From Dambrath. Basically, dark elves that invaded above ground, from what I remember. I'm a little shy in my Forgotten Realms lore. While at war, +3 happiness per city, and hurry purchase costs reduced by 33%. Founded cities receive a free monastery. You get Drow as your base race, and only can be evil, just like your cousins from down below. You get a unique unit, looks like a mage or arcanist type unit called Khasifir. And you get a Temple of Loviatar, the Mistress of Pain, I think, if I remember my lore properly. So you get another unique temple building, which probably gives us good stuff. Hey, is this an Egypt XP? You bet your ass it is. Horus Tep III, because Tep, things end in Tep, and there's a god called Horus. Let's put those together and pretend it's not Egypt. I love Wizards of the Coast sometimes. Mulharand. Acquiring plots costs 25% less weave and gold, which is nice. This is kind of like America's Manifest Destiny. Plus 10% Empire health, which is good. Health is actually pretty hard to get early, and it's a pretty important mechanic to keep your cities keep growing, which actually controls your tech. So food and health kind of go hand in hand. Health fights against food. I mean, bad health fights against food. Good health kind of doesn't hurt you in a way, and bad health causes plagues, which get really shitty. So this could be interesting to play, and you expand better on your borders. You are human, and you have any alignment open to you. Unique unit called Mardikan. I'm not sure what kind. Maybe it's a rogue it looks like. I can't tell from the illustration. And a Temple of Horus Rey. Obviously some sort of temple. More divine favor. House Selimshan from Amn. If you are familiar with Baldur's Gate, Shadows of Amn, you should know that this is definitely a trade center. So production of commerce tree buildings reduced by 15%, which makes sense. Begin with all coastlines explored, which is really interesting. You have a good sense of the map. This is kind of like the, what is it? Like, atmospheric scanning in Beyond Earth. You kind of know how things are laid out. And this is interesting. Production cost of money is reduced. This is not too strong, but it's kind of one of those things that'll help you in the long run, I think. Human, any alignment. Unique, I think Mage, if I remember the lore, and Joaquin's Promenade, which is obviously a very prominent part of Amn, but also, I think, probably unique market, if this is my guess. All right, onward. Hey, we're almost halfway there. Ilsvela Miritar from Cormanthor. You get 25% great people. I have not seen in my playthrough, granted I only spent a couple hours of the game, most of the great people slots were limited to wonders early on, so this could be of limited use early. I'm not sure how strong that would be. Founded cities claim nearby forest tiles, cool, but if you're in the desert, you're kind of screwed. Obviously, she's elfy because she loves forests, because that's how elves roll, and good or neutral, she can't be evil. You can't be evil elves, otherwise you'd be drow, right? Of course. Srinshi, my guess, is a unique ranger, and Grove, I'm assuming this is a religious center. So this is kind of the way it works. Leo from Tethir. May train an additional hero. This is really good, because heroes get stronger as they level up. So normal units kind of just get promotions. Heroes actually gain stats like attack power and defense and other things and spells and things. I don't know about spells, but they just get stronger, let's put it that way. So you get additional heroes, and heroes earn additional battle experience to help them level faster. So you can get a lot of heroes quickly. Early on, you only get one hero. If you can train an additional hero off the bat, you have 2 heroes quickly, you can wreck barbarian encampments. You can just go around making a nuisance of yourself, which is really, really good. And heroes basically are the only way to complete city-state quests in this setting. So This is actually going to be really strong. Human and good or neutral because heroes, right? Okay. Jaheira, which is a druid-type character, so maybe she'll be turned into a ranger here. I'm not entirely sure. And furniture workshop. That's a random-ass thing. I'm guessing it's a workshop-type replacement. All right. Lord Harengar of Termish. Purchasing tiles and signing peace agreements generates golden age points, which is interesting. So you just go to war and just kind of go, no, we're cool now. And then you get that. Internal trade just increase empire health. This is good. Human and good or neutral. We get a unique hero again. Not sure what he or she does. And granite walls because everyone loves walls. All right. Mieliki Rashamen, witches and berserkers. That sounds like my kind of party. I'm just saying. When war is declared, enemy units and cities are revealed. Oh, that's pretty freaking cool. That's some good intel networks. After attacking, bludgeoning and slashing units may enter a berserker rage. Epic. Human and good, because witches and berserkers are totally on the side of good all the time. And of course we have Minsk, which is fantastic. For anyone who's played Baldur's Gate, man. Minsk and his mighty hamster Boo. I really hope he has his voice lines. Go for the eyes, Boo! It's just fucking amazing. I love that character. And the Coven. Because witches. Alright. Myconto from Halura. Of course, this is going to be mage-focused. Violet Peace plus 2 weave per city, so this is really good. More culture or magic, basically, early. And this also, weave still controls your city expansion on borders, I think, so that's fine. Doubles number of available spellbooks, which is really freaking cool. Your units, your arcanists can only, I think, are limited by the number of spellbooks, so they can't cast spells, so... And you get unit defense near sorcerer towers. It doubles that, apparently. Humans, only good and neutral. Zalathorn, again, probably an arcanist slash wizard archetype hero. And a Council of Elders. Not sure what that replaces. Lord Neverember from Waterdeep. This is basically Ramses of the Faerun setting. That's about it. Nothing too exciting. Kelvin Blackstaff, probably a wizard-type unit, or a ranger if he likes his staff to beat things, and a unique temple. Ubuld from Many Arrows. The Orcs. 30% combat strength when attacking free cities, so this is like Genghis. Military buildings produce food, which is important early because health is hard to come by and extra food is good. Only orc, only evil. You know, that's the way it goes. You get it. Gurguch, which is probably a warrior type unit. Because what orc wouldn't have a warrior type hero? And the Altar of Grumsh, which is obviously a temple type religious building replacement. Ralan El Persakal from Kalimshan. Trading Empire again. Caravans gain 50% extended range and double the normal number of trade routes. So this is kind of like Venice without the whole you can only settle one city thing. Except in the setting, your cities are limited by something called charters, which are relatively hard to come by unless you've gone pretty deep into some of the faith things or you get them from quests or certain texts, I think. So settling cities is not easy. It's not just a matter of building a settler. You have to get a charter and also have a settler built. So this could be, what was I saying? Yeah, even if you were like Venice, limited to one city, it wouldn't be as important, but everyone's limited anyway. So, neutral or evil, you're human. Artemis Intrari, my guess is that's a reference to Ranger type unique and a Rundine Consortium, probably a market replacement. We're getting there. Rauthaivir, Sembia. Founded cities for free trade warehouse, and each traded resource type generates 3 gold per turn, which is nice. There's a lot of different strategics in this game. It's not just like iron and horses. There's obviously horses, there's iron, there's like, I think there was a list even early on in like the early part of the tech tree. I saw someone with like 7 or 6, maybe even 8, I think, in the bigger empires of strategics out there. So this could actually give you a crap ton of money if you play your cards right. Talbot Uskarevan, maybe Talbot, maybe a rogue type unit. And Herlon's House, my guess is a trade unit, but maybe something else. Saravok Anchev from Baldur's Gate, apparently when Saravok took over, so goody. Production cost of all barracks, archery ranges, and shipyards are halved, so barracks gives you military units, as you probably would have guessed. Archery ranges give you archery units, and shipyards give you ships. You can build these faster. Definitely conquest-oriented, race human with a demonic tinge, and neutral or evil are the alignments. Saravak Anchev, apparently he decided to take this into his own hands and become a unit. My guess is a warrior-type unit, or an arcanist, depending how they wanted to lure him. And a Temple of Umberly. Alright, Shastam of Thay, the Red Wizards of Thay. While at war, clerics and arcanists may cast the Gate spell. Not sure what that is, but I'm sure we'll find out. Slashing and bludgeoning units have a chance to enslave defeated enemies, which is huge. So I played a little bit of Thay, actually, and slaves are kind of like weaker workers. And they work slower, but it's kind of like free workers. So this could be really, really interesting and expand your empire quickly. You're allowed to be evil, that's about it. But you are a Thayan, so yeah. Kind of par for the course. Aznar Thrall is a unique wizard unit, and Slave Market is a marketplace replacement that gives you a free slave. Go figure. When it's built. Tega Nightwind of Impiltur. Alignment beliefs cost 10% less divine favor. This is kind of like your policy replacement, so this is valuable. Good and neutral, and you're human. Apparently all angelic and stuff. Raren Snowstealer is a unique unit. I'm not sure what kind of thing, maybe a cleric. And Shrine of Ilmater, because the Morning Lord loves flying things. Chazar of Chesenta. Units earn promotion 25% faster and generate divine favor upon killing enemies. So easily can rack up the points. Not as easily as the Dark Elves, but pretty close. And you're allowed to be evil. That's about it. Shalak Karanak, my guess is a warrior type unit or a ranger. And Chazar's Lair, I'm not sure what that replaces. The symbol, Algoron, the Acolytes of Mistra, so again, magic oriented. Learning spells in schools of magic costs 10% less weave. There you go. Humans, good or neutral. You get a unique hero and a half-elven hunter as a building? Okay. I guess that makes sense, because a hunter is a building. Almost there. The Ubtao of the Chult. So the creepy, jungly, lizard-type people. Unimproved forests generate divine favor and weave. Pretty cool. So this is kind of like a weird hybrid Celts from baseline Civ. Or Gods and Kings, I guess, minimum, but, you know. Enemy units move slowly and take damage while in Chultan territory. So this kind of like, I guess, having a Great Wall and modded Stalin's ability to damage every turn. That's pretty friggin' scary. Humans and good, neutral, and evil are the alignments. You're wide open. Aaron Gend, which looks like a maybe ranger-type hero. And a jungle druid retreat. This looks pretty interesting, actually. And Zhengyi of the Damara. Begin with undead, orc, and goblin unit upgrades. So this is important because your baseline archer can upgrade into any of the races available to you. This keeps you pretty flexible, actually. It's interesting. And collect 10% of gold income as taxes every 10 turns, which is interesting. So the higher your gold income, the more gold you make, and etc., etc. Undead race, only evil. And the Witch King is your unit. My guess is magical or frontliner, depending how they spec them, and a Bloodstone Mine. This also sounds pretty interesting to play. A lot of them really do, though. So I'll try something interesting, but that's the plan for the next series. I hope you join me for that, for a little bit of departure from our usual historical / modded, and then I'll probably put up a SurveyMonkey vote for the next Civ 5 series after that. And I was going to say next serious Civ 5 series. I take all these series very seriously, but this is kind of a departure from our usual. So I wanted to kind of drop Faerun on you as a surprise. So I hope you'll join me for this one. I'm really excited to bring a total conversion mod to you that's kind of themed of something close, you know, near and dear to my heart. I was, you know, of course, a D&D geek, so this is actually a lot of fun for me to kind of see how these units are interpreted in Civ 5 and see how the lore gets played in a very different setting. So join me for that as we learn kind of the mechanics together. I have an understanding, but I'm not an expert by any stretch, so this should be fascinating, to say the least. I have been Urs. Thank you so much, and I will see you all next time. Till then.